We are going to start with the fourth program of Part B, Web Programming. So let us start our NetBeans. Here we are going to click on File, New Project and select HTML/JavaScript. Then click on Next. Here you can write the name of the program. So how I have asked you to write your name, for example, Smita. And since we are doing Part B program, I'll write B and 4 and click on Finish. So if you see, so many files have been created for us. We will close all the files. These are the extra files. If we need, we can use these files. And the file that is been created, if you see, this is my folder or this is my project called as Smita B4. Inside that there is index.html file, and that is the index.html file boilerplate is ready for me. Now let us start writing our fourth program. Before we start executing the program number 4, let us understand how exactly this program works. Now in this program, we are having the form elements, that is label and input, and using these form elements, we are going to accept the name from the user as well as accept the roll number from the user. Then there is a button element. For this button element, we are using the event on click, or in other words we can say that we are capturing on click event, which is a mouse event, and whenever the user clicks we are going to call the function called as create student. Lab number 4 says that we have to use the constructor. So what we are going to do is we are going to write the constructor in our JavaScript. So this is the script tag. We start the constructor function by using the keyword function, and constructor function first letter is always capital. So please remember, whenever you see any function with the first letter as capital letter, that means it is the constructor function. So here we are defining the constructor called as student, which has two parameters, name and roll. And we are assigning or we are initializing the properties this dot name to the parameter name, this dot role to the parameter role. Then here is the function, which is a simple function that we declared in our JavaScript. Whenever users clicks on the mouse, okay, so whenever there is a mouse click, we call the function called as create student. Now let us see what are we doing in this function. So in this function, we are trying to capture the value which user enters in the form element. Now which form element? The element whose ID is name. So let's go up and check which is that element with ID name. So here you see this is the input type for the label name, and this first input tag has the ID name. So when user enters his name, we are capturing that name as the form value. And how are we doing that? We are using the DOM method called as getElementById name, and since we want to capture the value inside that element, we use the property dot value. Now if you see, after this value, again I have used dot trim. This trim will remove all the extra spaces inside our box. Next is similar to the name, we also have one more input tag whose ID is roll, and here the user is going to type his or her roll number. So how do we access that particular element? By using document.getElementById. The ID is roll, and after capturing that element, what we want to do? We want to also capture the value entered by the user. So we use dot value. So here in this case, the variable name stores the input which is given by the user as name, and the variable role stores the input which is given by the user as role or roll number. Now if you see, these are some validations that I have added. This is not at all compulsory. You can skip this for the exam if you feel like this is very difficult to remember, but this is a good programming practice. Normally, I think you people have done the validation in HTML5 without using JavaScript. We can apply the same validation for our form using JavaScript. So if you see, this is the first if statement, and here I am checking if user has left the name form input blank. So if it is blank, there is an alert message for the user, name cannot be empty. Then we are also checking that the user enters the name as only alphabets. So this is the pattern that I am using, capital A to Z, small a to Z, more than one character. This particular symbol denotes the beginning of our pattern, and this dollar denotes the end of the pattern. So here we are checking whether name contains only alphabets or no. So if someone writes numbers as a name, this alert will be displayed to the user saying that name must contain only alphabets. The same thing we are applying for the next input field, which is for the roll number. So we are checking if user leaves the field empty, the alert message is displayed, roll number cannot be empty. Similarly, what if the user enters some character as a roll number, A, B, C, D, something like that. So here we are checking is not a number. NaN stands for not a number. So if the input is not a number or user enters the negative number or 0 as the roll number, this particular alert will be displayed to the user saying that roll number must be a positive number. So that is something extra that I have added for our form input. Fine. Now let us see how do we create an object. Since we already have the constructor with us, now it's time for us to create an object. So how do we create an object? We say var s1. So we are creating an object s1, and for constructor we use the keyword new. So we say var s1 is equal to new. What is the name of your constructor? Student. How many parameters were there? 2. What are those? Name and roll. Okay, so now we have created an object S1 using the new keyword and by calling the constructor student, and we are passing two arguments, name and roll. Now what is this name and what is this role? Where is that value stored? So the value is stored in our form. Where is the value stored? Value is stored in our form. And in our form, are we reading those values? Yes. Where are we reading the values? We are reading the values in the variable name and in variable roll number. Now since we have already accepted the name and roll number from the user, we have also created an object and we have supplied the name and roll number entered by the user to our object. Now is the time to display the user's name as well as the roll number. Now if you just go back to the HTML document, you see here paragraph. This is an empty paragraph. There is nothing inside this paragraph, but this paragraph has an ID. What is the ID? Result. So we are going to use the DOM method to capture that empty paragraph, and we are going to display our name and roll number into that paragraph. So the moment I say DOM method, what do you understand? Document dot get element. Here we are using get element by ID. What was the ID? Result. Now inside the HTML element, we want to display something. So for that we use dot inner HTML. What you want to display? We want to display the message name as well as the property s1.name. Similarly, we want to display the message roll_no as well as the property s1.roll_no. And here the script ends. So if you see, the program is very simple. I have just added extra form validation using JavaScript. If you want to skip, you can just skip the validations. Let us execute the program and see the output. First, let us enter good name, proper name. Then I am entering the roll number as say 10, and I click on the button create student, and see in our empty paragraph it displays name is Parthesh, roll number is 10. Now let us try to keep it blank and click on create students. You see alert message appears. It says name cannot be empty. Let's try to add some numbers as name and click on create student. So again you get the alert message which says name must contain only alphabet. The same we can check for our roll number. Let's type the name as ABC and roll number, let's keep it empty. And when we say create student, the same alert is displayed to us which says roll number cannot be empty, and if I write -1, as the roll number. Click. It says it must be a positive number. That's all for the day. This is program number 4, part B, web programming. Thank you.